To begin, insert your yarn needle down through the first stitch in the top row of stitches and then down through the first stitch in the bottom row. Pull the yarn just enough to kind of snug up the yarn and avoid any loops. Now you're going to insert the needle back down through that first stitch in the upper row and up through the next available stitch in the upper row. And you'll notice that it's between the pink of the ravel cord stitches. So right up through that stitch right there. And once again, pull the yarn just snugly enough to avoid any loops. We're going to work the bottom row by inserting the needle back through the last stitch that you worked in the previous sequence, bottom to top, and then from top to bottom through the next stitch. And you're going to continue alternating between the bottom row of stitches and the top row of stitches. When you're on the top row, you'll always insert the needle down and then up. Pull the yarn through. And then to work the bottom row, insert the needle up and then down. You're always working each stitch twice. Once as the new stitch and then the next time as the old stitch that you work back through. And that's essential, as it is also to make sure that the yarn lies across the top of the stitches, as you can see here. So again, down the old stitch and up through the new one. Carry the yarn across and then work up through the old stitch and down through the new one. So in the top row, you're working down and up, and in the bottom row, you're working up and then down. You might find it easier to work with the waist yarn folded back. I've tried to keep it flat here so that you could see exactly what I'm doing. And sometimes you can do it all in one stitch, bring the needle right over and poke it through the next stitch. Other times it's easier to pull the needle all the way through one stitch before you attack the next one. When you get to the end, you want to work the very last upper stitches, as you're seeing here, down and then up. And then there's just one stitch left on the bottom, so you're going to work up through that stitch. Try not to split the yarn. I think I've got a little split here. Up through that stitch and then down through the end stitch, which is a top layer stitch. And then you're going to remove the ravel cord or unravel the waist knitting if you haven't bothered with any ravel cord. And you should see a perfectly beautiful edge. This is the back side of the edge. This is the right side.